Hello, soap opera enthusiasts and passionate Beyond the Gates fans. Beyond the Gates next week preview. A masterclass in emotional storytelling and strategic promotional design. The CBS promotional campaign for Beyond the Gates during the week of December 29, 2025, represents a masterfully constructed balance of emotional depth, narrative intrigue, and calculated audience engagement. This 5-episode arc culminating in a preempted Wednesday demonstrates the production's sophisticated understanding of how to craft compelling television while maintaining the authentic emotional weight that modern daytime drama audiences demand. Opening with elegance. The New Year's Eve Foundation. The promo's structural genius begins with its opening sequence at Fairmont Crest Country Club, where champagne glasses rise, and the collective cry of Happy New Year resonates across the venue. This is not merely celebratory window dressing. It functions as the emotional baseline against which all subsequent revelations gain their impact. By establishing a moment of communal joy and optimism, the promotional team creates a stark visual and thematic contrast that amplifies the gut-wrenching family crisis to follow. The juxtaposition of confetti and celebration against imminent tragedy becomes the promo's central thematic device, setting sophisticated expectations for viewers familiar with classic soap opera narrative architecture. The decision to showcase Joey Armstrong and Vanessa McBride amid the festivities establishes continuity with existing storylines while anchoring the week in the show's glamorous, upper-class setting. This strategic choice serves multiple functions. It legitimizes the New Year's Eve celebration as a major event worthy of multi-character attention, establishes the venue as a stage for multiple plot intersections, and visually signals to longtime viewers that their investment in these characters' journey continues uninterrupted. Romance as counterweight. The Ted and Shanice subplot. The pivotal moment when Ted Richardson reaches out to kiss Shanice Johnson at Orphe Jeans represents a calculated strategic choice in a promo's architecture. Rather than leading with Anita's cancer diagnosis, the emotional centerpiece of the week, promotional team positions this romantic connection as an early beat, signaling that the week will oscillate between multiple emotional registers. This structural decision prevents the campaign from becoming tonally monotonous and provides viewers with a reason to anticipate lighter moments amid the heavier revelations. The promo's implicit question, how will Leslie Thomas react to this developing romance, demonstrates savvy character motivation writing. By embedding potential future conflict within a moment of present connection, the promotional material suggests that the show understands its audience's appetite for layered, interconnected storylines. Viewers recognize that this kiss is not simply a romantic milestone. It carries consequences that will ripple through the ensemble cast in ways already being telegraphed through strategic editing and suggestive commentary. The celebrity integration. Kenny Latimore's strategic appearance. The inclusion of R&B singer Kenny Latimore's guest performance represents a sophisticated approach to event television within the daytime drama format. Rather than treating the celebrity appearance as mere spectacle, the promo frames it through Chelsea Hamilton and Dr. Madison Montgomery's reaction of genuine or no way. That's Kenny Lattimore. This technique accomplishes several promotional objectives simultaneously. It legitimizes the show's production resources and network backing, creates a talking point for social media discourse, and provides a moment of escapist entertainment that counterbalances the week's emotional heaviness. The strategic placement of the celebrity moment within the promo, neither leading nor trailing, that positioned as part of the New Year's Eve sequence, demonstrates understanding of pacing and audience attention. It arrives precisely when the campaign's tone threatens to become relentlessly somber, offering viewers a glimpse of the glamorous, star-studded celebration that ostensibly defines life at Fairmont Crest. Character complexity through romance complications. Isaiah and Eva. The scene featuring Isaiah Hawthorne and Eva Thomas at her apartment reveals a promo that understands the importance of scaling emotional stakes. When Isaiah confidently declares, "I can have a girlfriend no matter what profession," he triggers Eva's immediate anxiety and her pointed response. "Oh my God, what did you just call me?" This exchange accomplishes sophisticated character work within a 30-second sequence. The subtext here is layered. Isaiah's assumption that their relationship has progressed to girlfriend status represents a vulnerability in his understanding of Eva's emotional readiness, while Eva's sharp response signals an independent woman unwilling to be claimed without explicit consent or clarity. The promo telegraphs that this relationship, initially positioned as organic and sweet, contains beneath the surface complications that will provide dramatic fodder for coming weeks. By introducing this tension in the promotional materials rather than saving it for episode revelation, the marketing team demonstrates confidence that audiences can engage with nuanced relationship dynamics without requiring artificial dramatic delays. Leslie's power play. Sophisticated villainy in motion. When Leslie Thomas approaches Joey Armstrong at his casino with the declaration, "I have a business proposal that you want to hear," the promo captures the essence of what makes Leslie a compelling antagonist within the Beyond the Gates universe. This is not a woman who operates through obvious antagonism or overt villainy. Rather, Leslie functions as a strategic operator who understands the power of perceived self-interest alignment. Her approach to Joey, framing her proposal as something he would want, demonstrates psychological sophistication that elevates her beyond conventional soap opera villainy. The promo's positioning of this scene alongside the other plot elements suggests that Leslie's machinations will serve as a competing narrative throughline, providing viewers with strategic intelligence operations that contrast sharply against the raw emotional vulnerability of the Dupree family's cancer crisis. This structural choice creates a sophisticated tonal balance. While the family disintegrates under medical crisis, there are those in the ecosystem who continue their calculated power plays. Indifferent to others' suffering. The centerpiece. Anita's diagnosis and family devastation. The promotional sequence devoted to Anita Dupree's cancer diagnosis represents the apex of the campaign's emotional storytelling. Vernon's gentle but resolute statement, "It's time. Love, we have to tell the kids," carries the weight of decades-long marital partnership and the terrifying necessity of sharing life-altering information. The promo captures the moment where private crisis must become public reckoning, where the decision to protect the family through silence yields to the realization that honesty, however devastating, is the only path forward. The strategic editing that follows, showcasing Nicole receiving a phone call, Vanessa's concerned speculation that maybe there was an emergency, and then the devastating reveal of Donnie's anguished face in Andre Richardson's arms demonstrates filmmaking sophistication that classic soap operas often lack. Rather than simply showing characters hearing bad news, the promo illustrates the emotional architecture of how catastrophic information cascades through a family system. The final shot of Nicole crying against a wall, presented without dialogue or musical accompaniment, represents the promo's highest artistic achievement. By allowing the image to speak without explanation or manipulation, the production trusts its audience to understand the gravity of the moment and Nicole's emotional devastation. This restraint in promotional materials that typically favor explanatory dialogue elevates the entire campaign's credibility. Family fracture under pressure. The Donnie-Bill Haley triangle. The sequence showing Donnie approaching Bill Hamilton, while Haley vehemently commands Lee, represents a sophisticated understanding of how crisis reveals relationship fault lines. Rather than allowing Donnie and Bill's interaction to play out as simple emotional comfort, the promo emphasizes Haley's territorial anger, creating a three-dimensional moment where legitimate emotional needs, Donnie seeking support, collide with legitimate relationship boundaries, Haley's justified concern about her husband's ongoing emotional entanglement with his ex-wife. When Donnie passionately declares, "This is for our girls," evoking their shared children as justification for seeking Bill's attention, the promo captures the essential tension of blended family dynamics under the crisis. This is not melodrama for its own sake. It reflects genuine complexity that many viewers navigating similar family structures will recognize as uncomfortably truthful. Strategic scheduling considerations. The Sun Bowl preemption. The promo's acknowledgement that Wednesday's episode will be preempted for Sun Bowl coverage demonstrates practical transparency with audiences. Rather than allowing confusion about the missing episode, the promotional material directly addresses the schedule alteration, signaling that the show respects viewer time and attention. This chose to build anticipation across a pause rather than allow the week's momentum to completely dissipate. Shows understanding of how to maintain narrative tension despite external broadcasting constraints. Weaknesses in the promotional approach. Despite its many strengths, the campaign contains certain limitations that merit acknowledgement. The promotional material could provide more clarity regarding the timeline of Anita's diagnosis progression, whether this represents a recent discovery or a carefully guarded secret finally revealed. This ambiguity, while perhaps intentionally mysterious, may leave some viewers uncertain about the emotional stakes of Vernon and Anita's earlier scenes. Additionally, the promo's treatment of secondary characters like Chelsea and Naomi will receive mention in the detailed spoilers but less visual prominence in the promotional materials, risks marginalizing plot lines that may hold significance for portions of the audience. By concentrating the campaign's emotional weight on the Dupree family's cancer crisis, the marketing team emphasizes other storylines that deserve viewer investment. Finally, the promotional campaign could benefit from more explicit acknowledgement of the show's thematic concerns around mortality, family legacy, and the emotional labor required to maintain relationships during medical crisis. While these themes emerge implicitly through the footage and editing, a more direct interrogation of these concerns in promotional copy might deepen audience engagement beyond simple plot speculation. Conclusion. A campaign that respects its audience. The Beyond the Gates promotional campaign for December 29, January to represents daytime television marketing that trusts its audience to engage with genuine emotional complexity, rather than relying solely on manufactured spectacle. By balancing heartbreak with romance, celebrity excitement with intimate family moments, and individual character vulnerabilities with ensemble-wide ramifications, the campaign creates a compelling argument for why viewers should invest their time in the coming week's episodes. The promo succeeds not because it provides complete narrative answers, but because it raises questions that only viewing the actual episodes can resolve. That, ultimately, is the hallmark of effective promotional strategy in an era or audiences have infinite content options. By suggesting that Beyond the Gates respects their time, their emotional investment, and their intelligence as viewers, this campaign achieves what all great promotional materials should. It makes the audience want to show up,